every witness that the prosecution has called in this Diddy trial has been strategically called, and they've been put there to build this story, right? To prove this RICO. And I feel like the defense is just really doing what they're supposed to do. Like, say, for instance, with the latest victim, Mia, Brian Steele cross-examined her, and he pretty much did what he was supposed to do, man. You know what I mean? And try to make her look like you lying. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's been a few updates to the story, but not much. But we gonna get into it though. Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy Big Tech, man. Back in the building for another one. We gonna get it popping. Excuse me if you hear stuff in the background. I'm outside in the elements, man. It's a beautiful day out. You know what I mean? And you might hear my neighbors doing some yard work or something. You know what I mean? Or a dog barking or something. You know what I mean? Hit me in the comments. Let me know if it's too much. But anyway, let's get on into it, man. So it's looking bad for Diddy, man. I gotta say that is looking real bad for the boy. And it's because at first, like I said, I mean, you can go back to my other videos. At first, I was like hesitant on if these charges was gonna stick, if this was gonna be like a solid case. You know what I mean? If they had him without beyond a reasonable doubt or whatever, you know what I mean? And I was just sitting there watching this at the very beginning, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how that's RICO and sex trafficking and all of this. I'm like, I don't know. But then as this case is slowly starting to unfold and these witnesses are coming up and they explaining their story in the way that they are, and they building this, and it's slowly started to convince me, like, yeah, they might be on to something right there. But like so for instance, they got this latest victim, Mia is what she's going by. That's a alias or whatever. They trying to keep her a secret. I mean, her identity. They trying to keep her identity protected or whatever. But the defense is like, hold on, man, this lady is up here acting, right? This lady, that ain't how she is in real life. And we got video right here to show you. I guess they trying to like judge her character or her demeanor, you know what I mean? To see if she putting on a show for the jury instead of like being her authentic self. And I don't know how to feel about that, because you would think, like, if that's the case, Cassie, I mean, I would say Cassie was putting on a show too for the jury. Like, I think that's what you're supposed to do, right? Like, Kid Cudi got up there, and I feel like he put on well, he probably was himself. I see what they mean a little bit. See, when you talk yourself through shit, man, you can get through it. Anyway, the girl Mia, bro, people done apparently exposed her. They like, we know exactly who she is, and she ain't like that in real life or whatever. I don't know. I don't see how that could disrupt anything, because like I said, at the end of the day, if she's a victim, she's not going to get up there and be like her regular self, I don't think. I wouldn't even expect that. I would think that she's going to get up there and, you know what I mean, pull out all the bells and whistles, all the tears, and, you know what I mean, to convince people that she has been victimized. That's what you would think automatically. But like I said, Brian Steele is doing what he's supposed to do by saying that stuff and trying to present this evidence to try to tarnish her character. Like, nah, you can't really just believe this lady. That's what they supposed to do, bro. But with the way that the prosecution is building this case, and seeing that it's only about to be week 3, and it's like at least six more weeks of this trial, and imagine the amount of more people that's going to be getting up there testifying. I think this is just the beginning of a whole bunch of shit that the that they got on him, right? Damn, wow, we're getting tongue-tied with that part. That's ridiculous. Anyway, the prosecution. Damn, what the fuck is wrong? Mouth drop must be. They building this case on this guy to the point where I think they just getting started. I think they just getting started, and they calling the witnesses strategically. Like when they called the first set of witnesses, it was all to corroborate what Cassie had said, right? And then they started calling the sex workers, and that sex worker was corroborated by the next victim, which was corroborated by Mia, who all say they went and got money, they did this and that, and they set up rooms, and they did all this, and they had to do it, and they was forced to work for damn near nothing. Sometimes we get paid, sometimes didn't. Don't that sound like Lil Rob? Like he said he was working for a year or so, didn't get paid, had to be there on demand type shit, doing all this different shit. Woke up one day, he ain't know what happened. His butt was hurting and all that. You know what I mean? I mean, they just building it, and they showing how it was orchestrated. They showing how it was all put together, and Diddy was running the whole show, and then when the money's involved, and then this is how the RICO is gonna come together, and it's looking bad for Diddy. But you know what's so crazy? What I've been hearing lately, man, this boy, hey, look. So they say Trump been on a pardon rampage. He been pardoning all kinds of people. You know, the latest was Larry Hoover and NBA YoungBoy. But they talking about Donald Trump could possibly pardon P. Diddy. Is that, bro, that can't happen now. Is that something? Like, I don't know. But Diddy about to get out there on that vote or die. That's why he ain't gonna pardon him, because he a Democrat, huh? He was rooting for the Obamas and all that. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know, because Trump is petty like that, so he might not. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, look, I'm gonna stay on this. Whenever it is something to report, I will. If you still here, man, thank you for being here, man. Hit that like button for me one time. Even if you didn't like it, man. Come on, man. Support your boy one time. It's like, nah, man. Till next time, man. Peace out.